Ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with, as you can probably tell, Higurashi When They Cried. So, first of all, I have to give a massive shout out to Cunning Linguist, who will probably be in the comment section down below. I'm going to make him a moderator for this, who actually is the reason why I'm starting this. I had actually little to no expectations or I don't want to say desire, because that would imply that I would know what it's about, but like I had no reason to start this, but he actually unlocked the $69.69 Patreon tier, where basically you're forcing someone to start this. And the reason why he said that he wants me to start this apparently is because he wants me to get to Umineko, which is apparently after this. So we're here today with a visual novel. Now, I've never played a visual novel. He actually told me to install a few things, so I've got like a voice pack, I've got like a character pack, basically things like that. But we're here today with Higurashi When They Cry. Now the only thing that I do know is that it is a visual novel, that it is the precursor to Umineko, and that Higurashi means crickets, I think. Is it crickets? I think it's crickets. I could be looking like an idiot right now, which I probably am, to be totally honest. And I think Umineko means like the sea cats. Well, Umi, sea, I know that from Yu-Gi-Oh! And Neko, cats, I know that just in general. So yeah, Higurashi, I think, means crickets or something, which is why we're hearing crickets in the background. But yeah, these are going to come out every Saturday, so this will come out on YouTube on the 4th of April. And that's about it. That's about it. That's gonna be the story moving forward from here. Again, every Saturday. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet, because I'm gonna do 2 hours minimum each week. But I don't know where I'm gonna split that up into like multiple parts or not. We'll see. You'll see how I'm doing it. Once it comes out. But Saturday will essentially be a gaming day for the most part. Higurashi as well as Trails in the Sky will all come out on Saturday, so it's gonna be something to look forward to for like the next year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, or 6 years, or 7 years, or 8 years, or 9 years. So I have a mouse. I'm using a mouse. Again, I don't exactly know how a visual novel is. If I do need a controller, I do have a controller on my side. But we'll see just how it goes. I did an audio test just before I started recording, and it sounded good. Hopefully it's going to be good as well. But yeah, let us hop right in and see what this has in store for us. So let's start. I don't think I need to configure anything. That was loud. I didn't do an audio test for this. It should be fine. It shouldn't be too loud. Let me just turn it down just a tiny little smidgen. Onikakushi opening. Demon Await chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakushi arc will be the opening, inviting you into this world. Sit back, relax, and enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty for this chapter is extremely high, but I hope you will be... Oh, so there is a difficulty. So it's an actual game. Do I need to plug in my controller? For now, I won't. For now, I won't. I thought it's like... when I think of visual novel, what I think of is like almost like an audio book. Like a video book, essentially. But apparently, there's a difficulty, so who knows? Okay, evil demon children. Please do not deplore yourself. Even if the world does not forgive you, I will forgive you. Please do not deplore yourself. Even if you do not forgive the world, I will forgive you. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? Frederica Berncaster, depicting G something. This is a bit loud. I did not expect it to be this loud. Cicadas, that's what it is. Not cricket. Cicadas, Cicadas. Cicada 301. There goes Cicadas again. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. Instead of the heart, eh? Instead of the heart. I trusted her. Is that like somebody butchering someone? But then when they say like the body's been ripped. By the way, I mentioned that to Cunning Linguist because obviously I was speaking to him about this, but I'm gonna be taking this very slow. Like if you expect me to like fly through these things, that's not gonna happen, right? I'm gonna be taking this very slow. I'm gonna maybe not make much progress at all during these, because I know I think he said that this one is horror. And Umineko is mystery, especially for Umineko when I eventually get there. I'm going to be taking it super slow. For those guys that none of you have actually ever seen me react to the Detective Conan chapter, but like when I read the Detective Conan chapter, I'll spend like 3 hours reading one chapter just because I'm trying to like go through every single panel in detail. Which is going to be the same thing here. Less so here because obviously I was told it's a horror, not really a mystery, a crime or anything of that sort. So, but still, I'm going to be taking this slow. So don't expect a lot of progress. Expect progress, but not a lot. Consistent, but not quick. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. It sounds like you're being butchered, my friend. Has to be, yeah. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. What is that? Is that somebody being butchered? It sounds like somebody swinging an axe like ka-cha, hung. Like the hung part is like... Or somebody being whipped, actually. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly, sobbing voice. And those tears making a mess of my face. That mechanical, repetitious sound finally stilled, and everything fell silent. Only the cry of Cicadas remained annoyingly loud. And yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She is no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion because there were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I shouldn't need to shed any for her. Then why this pain, my eyes getting moist, why was this happening? I still wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. Okay, I'm trying to like put the pieces together, but I'm not sure I understand fully. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough, and countless times I had wavered over whether or not I should just throw the battered thing away. And I read the "or not" part in my head. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? How do we go back? Shoot. Ah, perfect. I'd feel better if I just threw it away. Even knowing that I chose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey me. I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind with her. I don't know about that one, Chief. Like flowers by a grave. Now then, is he talking about... I think he is. Calm your nerves. Even though you can't... I can feel my right arm. Even though you can't feel your right arm. I thought it's like some reverse psychology where like suddenly like my arm is... Just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Yeah, because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I will forget it is an axe or a sword or something. This is my first and last bouquet for you. He's not talking about flower bouquet. Just saying. Well, I'm saying he, the person, is not talking about flower bouquets. Perhaps I really did love you. So we're dealing with psychos. That much I know. That much I know. We don't know much, but that much I know. Okay, psychos. I like psychos. The Joker is probably my favourite character of all time, besides maybe Sherlock Holmes, so psychos. Apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I had lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. I like the city. City is fun. Though I kind of grew up on a farm as well, but primarily always a city. No skyscrapers, any multi-lane roads. The melodious cacophony of the crosswalk. Even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now is nearly as lively. There's only chirping and locusts of the blabbing of brooks. I was gonna say, unless it's set, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening. Yeah, I figured I had to like sprinkle it in somewhere. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints, there aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. An ice cream parlor? No chance. The nearest town has some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors where I used to live, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologizing so much, so just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. No. There are certainly things that cannot be forgiven. There is no such thing as an irreparable mistake. Oh, I accidentally burned your house down. All your belongings. All your family members. Your baby that was inside. Oopsie. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing even now. Then has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done, but it can't be fixed, and that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she's apologizing, nothing will change. But even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you, the one she's apologizing to, why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice.
Heiichi, そろそろ着くぞ.
That's not. Is it? No, that's not. For a second, I thought that was Sugita. Out of Ginsuki, I was gonna say, bro, oh my. Keiichi's dad. Keiichi, we're almost there.
起きなさい.
From a father's prodding. So, Keiichi, that's the main character then. Keiji. Dreaming. Its final stop. We'd spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that a landscape beyond the window in the city I was in a half a day ago were in the same country. No, that they were even from the same era. From there, we take a car deeper into the mountains. Never been to a baseball field. Never played baseball myself, actually. Never even really watched baseball, to be honest. With the dense forests, past with the dense forest encroaching on the mountain. What happens if I press on auto? Will it like just like auto and I won't have to click? I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't want it to like. I don't want to press skip by accident, I guess, but I'm not sure. Or if auto is what I think it is. It should be actually. Past with a dense forest encroaching on a mountain road suddenly opened up. Don't you just love like these aerial shots of like landscapes? Honestly, truly. Again, I was born in a city, lived my whole life in a city, but like from a top-down perspective, I do enjoy the rural areas a lot as well. There, where I live now, Hinamizawa. I'll try to remember that. I'm terrible with like locations, especially, and names, of course. I don't want to press anything, in case I skip anything, so I'm just like waiting, patiently waiting. I'm patiently waiting. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with the crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbouring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. Yeah, he's right. Could use some salt. It tastes like air. Wow. Breakfast, most important meal of the day. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. How's that unconventional? A lot of people are painters. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. Sounds like he's freelancing. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. 1 second. Yeah, I'm still louder. You guys can't even really see the thing, can you? The text. That's a bit small though. That's a bit tiny though. That's really tiny though. I'll leave it at that though, so it's not too big. Should I move it like top right or something? I think that might be better, I guess. Like here. Voila. Is that better? I don't know. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. I'll listen to the feedback now, I guess. I even wrote for school that I was ecstatic about it. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast out on the table. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. For me, breakfast means a full meal. Spaghetti. I don't know. Noodles. Shoot. What else? Chips. I've had that for the last 3 weeks. Chips. Seaweed. No, not gonna eat that. Pickled vegetables. I don't eat vegetables. I don't eat healthy. That's rule number 1. I don't eat healthy, alright? Why do you think I got so fat? Raw egg. Why raw? And grilled salmon. I'm not much of a fish person, although I do like... actually, I can't say I do like salmon. I don't eat salmon. I don't eat fish. But, like, if I were to eat a fish, I think the only fish that come to mind right now are, like, salmon and cod. Those are, like, the only 2 fish I'd eat. Cod because of fish and chips. And salmon because... I don't want to say it. But salmon is quite expensive. A little bit like caviar. Quite expensive. So I'm like, it's expensive. It's gotta be good. Just saying. It's not that expensive, granted. Considering I used to have it for breakfast all the time when I was younger. When I still ate fish, but still. My mom was such a good cook, it was scary. A perfect, immaculately ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. That scares the crap out of me, it's loud. Let me turn it down a little. Holy chicken nuggets. That's loud. That should be better. Katie's mom. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiji. I'm making it time for your early breakfast. Well, breakfast is usually at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. for me. That's when I wake up. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. I mean, you gotta go with full. I'm not much of a I'm not much of an anything person, actually, now I think about it. But I'm not much of a rice person. I ate rice so much in my life that I'm not eating it that much anymore. I can't stand it anymore because I ate it so much when I was growing up. Funny enough, I ate pizza and spaghetti all that much when I was growing up, but I still eat them all the time now. But rice is like, let's put that to the side. Pile it on. That's my lad. Keiichi, you're already a favourite character of mine. From the 3 characters we've heard so far, your father, your mother, and you're my favourite so far. First, I savoured the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent. As usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. Is breakfast that important? I know people say it's the most important meal of the day, but it's not that. It's not that important. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Yeah, that sounds like me. When I still went to school. Boycotting the breakfast Mum made me each morning. That was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. Okay. I guess that's what you call me a that was what you'd call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make. That's fine. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. I wouldn't. Mindful of the time, Mum rushed me along with a wide grin. Reina-chan, we got to meet another person. Hurry. Mum really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Alright. Yeah, you better do it. Actually, miss. knowing it's anime, well, it's not anime, but still. René is one of my classmates. I keep pressing the right click, damn it. She really loves looking after people coming to meet me every day without fail. Alright. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking with a girl was just lame. How old are you, son? But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I'd race for it all. I've had pickles, so she brought them. Couldn't think those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? Grown them. Farm life. If I had known that, I would have saved them a bit more. Fair enough. We still don't know what the character looks like, to be fair. Or what Rena looks like, or the mother looks like, or the father looks like. He sounds very young. Like 8, 10 years old young. He doesn't sound that young. I mean, was I spot on with my guess? 8, 10? Could be 12, actually. I don't know how old. The cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. Yeah, always. Not sometimes, always. Okay, she's way too nice of a person. I don't trust her. Anyways, considering that we started off with like a butchering, you know, which was probably a flash forward, and now we actually get to see the past, and then we go back to that scene. I wouldn't trust her. Conscious and such a good person. Damn. Damn. Ruthless. My goodness. I like this. I like this. I like him. Because he can be. Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. Ah, he's a softie after all. Damn it. I thought you'd be a bit of a dick. But he's a softie. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. I'm flushing back my arm. Alright. Okay, now he's going too far. Oh boy, he's going too far. Yeah, already like that. Already like that. Bright red, steam rising from my head as a brain short-circuited. That's actually a good short-circuit sound. Especially weak to this sort of talk, of course he'd be. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Nice. A romance novel. I'm trying to think of if I've read any. Don't know what really qualifies as a specifically romance novel. From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out.
漬物サンキューでしたって
Thanks for the pickles.
どういたしまして。
Alright,
どうだった？
good.
しょっぱくなかったかな？
No, they were good. They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavour to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. They sucked.
その前に聞きたい
Wow.
あの漬物を漬けた
Were
の
you the one who
レナ
pickled him, Mondrena?
レナのお母
Or
さ
was
ん
it your mom?
It was me. Why do you
なんで
ask?
聞くんだろう。しょっぱかった？
Completely changed as we began to panic frantically.
レナかレナのお母さんか
なんで作った人聞くんだろう。
Damn it, somebody. Stop answering a question with another question.
どっちが作ったかで感想が著しく変わる
This guy's so tying. I like it. Puppeteer. Lamb clutching all your strings, laugh as if you're a puppet in suspension. Call your superhero friends in, because you're gonna need Avenging. She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. She'd used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me, nah. On the other way, on the other hand, you're probably the best. It's the other way around, mate. Nosy opened and closed her mouth over and over, trying to muster a response. It was
レ
me.
ナだけど。
うまかった
Delicious. Delicious.
前回に続き
Just like the last ones, they went perfectly with the rice. Gordon Ramsay would approve. I mean, he doesn't really pickle his own food, but still. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you handle it like an average person. Like an average person. Or so I decided for myself.
行こうぜミオンを
ミオン
任せるぞあいつうるさいぞ
We've learned Keiichi, Rena, and now we're getting Mion. Seeing as I can't speak today, damn it. Seeing as she would just keep spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to school. The strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. Ryugu Dragon... Ryugu means Dragon Palace, I think? Ryugu, I'm not sure. No, Ryu, I know that part means dragon, I don't know the rest. Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us, noticing us as she waved.
お、来た来た。遅いよ二人とも。
Damn, this feels like a PSP game. PlayStation 2 game. PlayStation 2 or PSP game, damn it. Everyone with like the bright color head. That's what it feels like. Finally, you two are late.
いつも遅いのはお前の方だろ
This is the late comer, great. In sharp contrast to the Dildo Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonosaki. I'm not going to remember that second name, but Mion, I can remember that. But it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class. Alright.
おはようレナ。そしてケイちゃんお久しぶり。
That's what it has to be.
何年ぶりだっけ？
Years, eh? Years.
2日しか休んでね
2 days. Years. They're all trolls. They're all trolls, they're all trolls, they're all
そうだっけ
trolls.
か？前に会った時はこんなにちっちゃくて可愛かったのにな。
Oh my. Gaze started at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on behind. How old is she? How old are you? You were saying it was my crutch that was cuter back then. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. Read it now. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache now. Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem, though. I'll introduce you next time, so be sure to greet him properly. Don't say next time. Right now is just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? Well, I don't think I've ever heard talks I don't think I've ever heard talk today that you could smell it fouling of the morning air. My goodness, son. You're very young, I understand. Mion sure does act like an old man sometime. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reached for my flyer and I began to rumble in near panic. What about Mion though?
What are you talking about?
They're all trolls and she's like the average person. It's like, huh? What's a troll? What's going on here? It's okay. He's about to show you. She knew exactly what we were talking about. Exactly.
どうだった？久しぶりの都会はさ。
Gears dropping the talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning.
葬式で行っただけだぜ。慌ただしいだけだったよ。
でさ、探しといてくれた？頼んどいたやつ。
お前、人の話聞いてないだろ。俺は葬式で帰っただけだぜ。
I don't think she cares.
おもちゃ屋巡りをしてる余裕なんかなかったんだよ。
Toy stores.
ち。
Who actually says ch?
おもちゃ屋とホビーショップは全然違うよ。特に洋物、こっちじゃなかなか手に入らないからね。
eBay, Amazon. I know this probably came out way before that, but still, that's your answer. Gamer as well, damn.
ケイちゃんに洋芸のカタログを持ってきてもらいたかったんだけどね。
Westport catalog. Alright, Western import games. Okay.
そんなのまた通販で取り寄せりゃいいじゃねえか。
Yeah, exactly.
そうするかな。
Face. Palm.
またプレイングの熱いゲームを入荷するからね。
Hot action.
今度は私にもわかりやすいゲームがいいな。
Like a visual novel where all you do is click. Mion is a board and card game and... Damn it! I just moved the cards I had downstairs up. I should have kept them downstairs. I would have... Damn it. This would have been a perfect opportunity, but I had to ruin it. Museum for Domestic and Foreign
俺に
Games.
も分かりそうなゲームがあったらやらせてくれよ。
いいよ。ケイちゃんさえ良ければね。でもうちらのレベルは高いよ。
上等じゃねえか。俺だって遊び100般遅れを取るつもりはないぜ。
じゃあ今度はケイチ君も仲間に加わるのかな。
He's in the group chat. He's in the group chat. He slid into those DMs. Even further.
男の子ってきっと外で遊ぶ方が好きだと思ってたから。
Ah, whatever, it's fine, honestly. Happily. Less than a month ago. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Act a bit more open than I usually am. It should probably be about right for this place. Place, not pace. How long have we been recording so far? Let me look. 33 minutes. I think this might be a good time to stop it actually. I'll do a quick save here and then continue. So the videos won't be too long and you'll just be getting like 3 or 4 videos on Saturday instead of like one really long one. Much better to digest it that way, I'd say. And those extra views, eh? Muhahaha, evil laugh, evil smirk and evil laugh. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out and bye. Hey everybody, if you like this video, please be sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of these kind of videos, be sure to check out Patreon to get 1 week early access as well as full length. Until next time everybody, peace out and have a nice day.